Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today I'll be doing a review and a tutorial for a Casio wave-ceptor model WV-300. But first, I would like to thank Silvertime Watchstore for supplying this watch, and if you want to check them out, you can click on the link in the description. Now before we start, I would like to say that sometimes I review watches because they're considered historically important, or they're very popular among watch people, or maybe the general public. Then sometimes I will review a watch simply because I was offered one or because someone might request a review of a certain model. But sometimes a watch just makes me smile and brings me back to simpler times when I was a kid watching sci-fi movies and imagining living in them. And this is exactly that kind of watch. It is in no way a historically important model, and it's not even popular. Hell, it's even been discontinued, so this video most likely will not be getting a lot of views. But still, upon seeing it in the store, I just had to have it and wanted to do a review of it. To me, this watch looks so cool and so geeky that I'm amazed it isn't more popular. It looks as if it came out of an 80s or 90s sci-fi movie or anime. It just belongs in a Blade Runner, Aliens movies, or Ghost in the Shell. I mean, just look at it. The rectangular shape with the vertical look, the big screen with even bigger digits, the way you can see the solar cell around the screen, and even the connectors of the solar cells. I just love the look of this thing. I even like the asymmetric placement of the light button, as it gives it another dose of futuristic industrial design, like something from a RoboCop movie. The shape of the case is also a little asymmetrical, as the 12 o'clock part of the lugs is thicker because it houses the antenna. The bracelet is also a work of art and has the look of the 80s, but is still incredibly refined. It appears to be made of solid links that are connected in an invisible way when looked from the outside. It is completely brushed and the links are nicely rounded, making them very comfortable. The clasp has a push-button release and is one of the best stamped clasps I tried. It even comes with a little micro adjustment. This watch is how people probably imagined future in the 80s, and that makes it beyond cool. There are many nostalgic models from Casio that make people like me smile and makes us want them, like the F91 or the A164 or even the CA53 calculator watch. But those are all in the 80s, not only by design but also by technology, as they're regular battery-operated watches, with some not even having a light function. This, on the other hand, uses modern Casio technology, making it a true watch from the future for someone in the 80s or early 90s. And that is another thing that makes me like it so much. It is a solar atomic watch, meaning it is self-charging and self-adjusting, making it very practical and giving you the excuse to wear such a geeky watch. On top of that, it has a proper EL backlight and the standard set of functions you will find on newer Casio watches, like 5 alarms, a world time function, a 60-minute countdown timer, and a stopwatch. Now with today's rise of smartwatches, this watch and its functions may feel outdated to some, especially younger people, but I still prefer it to any smartwatch, as it's a self-sustained timing device that will do its job perfectly even 5 to 15 years from now. A smartwatch you bought today will most likely be unable to hold a charge for 8 hours in 2 years of usage, and in 5 to 10 years, it most certainly won't be compatible to any phone that's going to be in production at that time, making it pretty much useless. That is the main reason I still have no love for smartwatches, because they get obsolete very quickly, which is the last thing I want from a watch. This, on the other hand, will give you the geeky look, but will keep functioning years and maybe decades after your smartwatch has died. And functionality has to be present in a product, no matter how much we wore it for the sake of style and looks only. So just like a Timberland boot has to be waterproof despite it being worn more as a fashion statement and probably never seeing mud or water, a watch has to be able to perform its functions no matter how stylish or old it is. And I don't think any of today's smartwatches will be able to do that. This one, on the other hand, can and will, and that is why I think there will always be people willing to buy a good old digital watch despite some saying their days are numbered because of smartwatches. But enough rant about them, and let's move to the tutorial. Before we do the tutorial, I think you should know the one weakness of this watch, which is the fact it's not a multi-band atomic watch, meaning it cannot sync to all the towers in the world. So if you buy a US version, it will only be able to sync to the US tower. If you buy a European version, it will only sync in Europe, and so on. Now this is important to know if you decide to get this watch from an online dealer, so you don't end up buying a version that's not for your market, as you will end up with a regular quartz watch because the sync function will not work. Now it's just something to look out for. Now let's move on to the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to cover in the tutorial is the home screen. Now in the home screen, this watch is going to display the hours, the minutes, the seconds, the date, the month, the level of the battery, L, M, or H, low, medium, or high, the level of the last night's reception, although in this case there isn't any because it wasn't successful, and over here it's going to display whether the power save is on or off. Now the power save function means that the screen is going to turn itself off between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. every night, unless you take the watch and start operating the buttons. Now while in the home screen, pressing the mode button is going to cycle you through different modes, like so, until you go back. Pressing and holding the mode button for more than 3 seconds is going to activate the mute function. So let's press and hold. And there, as you can see, the watch just displayed mute here, and now it doesn't make any sound as you operate the buttons. To turn the mute function off again, you press and hold the mode button or the middle button again for more than 3 seconds. There, the watch beeped and it turned off the mute function. Pressing the upper button is gonna cycle this display right here between the month and date and day of the week, like so. Pressing and holding it for more than 3 seconds is gonna activate the adjusting mode, where you can manually set up the time for the watch. Now, the first time when you receive the watch, since this is an atomic, you first have to manually adjust it only the first time, and after that the watch is gonna automatically adjust itself every night up to 5 times. So it's gonna be accurate down to the seconds from that point on, and it's going to even do the automatic switch between a summertime and a winter time. So the first thing that the watch is going to ask you is your home city. So this, you cycle between different cities with this button and this. So this is the forward, this is the backward button, or this is east, this is west. With this button you're going to change which values you're changing, and with these two you change the values themselves. So we want to go, let's say east, you press this button and the time zones are going to change. You want to go back or west, you press this button. So this is the back button. Now this is very important to set up correctly because all the world time functions, world time zones are calculated based on your home city. So this has to be set up correctly or that function is going to be off. Once you've set up your home city, you press the mode button or the middle button. Now the next thing that the watch is going to ask you is the daylight savings time, or DST, which is basically a summer time. So now if you live in a time zone where you observe the daylight savings time and you have the signal of the atomic clock, you want to keep it at auto AT, because that way the watch is going to automatically adjust and switch between summertime and wintertime. However, you might live in an area where you do catch the signal, but your time zone doesn't observe the daylight savings time. Then you want to keep it at off, because otherwise the watch is going to reset itself every morning and be one hour away from your time zone in the summertime. So you want to keep it at off. Or if you live in the time zone where you don't have the reception, but your time zone does observe daylight savings time over the summer, then you are just going to toggle with this button. When summertime is on, you just toggle it on. When summertime is off, you just toggle it off. Since my time zone does observe the daylight savings time and I do have the signal, I will just keep it at auto. Pressing the mode button again asks you for the 12 and 24 hour selection of the display. So like this, it's going to display the military time. If you press this button right here, it's going to toggle between AM and PM display. Since I prefer military time, we're going to leave it like that. Pressing the mode button again now takes you to the seconds. And now, if you reset the seconds after 30 seconds, so between 30 and 59, the seconds are going to go back to 0, but the minutes are going to move by 1 up. So let's reset it with this, and you reset it with this button right here. So press it, and as you can see, the seconds went to 0, but the minutes went from 57 to 58. Now, if you reset the seconds up to 30 seconds, so from 0 to 29, the seconds are going to go back to 0, but the minutes are going to stay unchanged. So let's just do it like that. Okay, now if you notice, there's this little symbol right here when you're resetting the seconds. Now, this is the selection of the duration of the illumination. So if you want to change that while you're in the seconds setting, you just press the light button. And as you can see, this right here means that the light is going to be on for 3 seconds. If you press it again, it's going to be a bit smaller, meaning that it's going to be on for 1.5 seconds. So you just toggle it with the light button. I like to make it as long as possible, so we're just going to leave it like this. Pressing the mode button again asks you for the hours. And now with the hours and minutes and dates and everything, you can go upwards or downwards with these 2 buttons. So this is up, this is down. And like most Casio watches today, it has speed scrolling, meaning that if you press and hold, it's going to start moving rapidly. So once you've set up the hours, you press the mode button again, it asks you for the minutes. So again, you can go up, you can go down, like so. Pressing the mode button again asks you for the year. So again, you can go up or you can go down. Pressing the mode button again asks you for the month, again up, down, and then it asks you for the date, up and down. The day of the week is calculated automatically, so you don't have to select it. Pressing the mode button again, the watch asks you whether you want the power save on or off. And like I explained, the power save means that the screen is going to be turned off between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. unless you operate the watch. You toggle it with the lower button, and when you toggle it to off, this PS is going to disappear from the screen. So let's turn it on. Pressing the mode button again, the watch is going to ask you this, and this basically means that if you want a cleaner display, you can turn off this upper part where it says the day of the week or the calendar information. So to do it, you just, while this is blinking, you press this, and when you get these hyphens, if you exit from the adjusting screen, this is going to be empty, but we'll leave it like this so I can show you what I mean. Now pressing the mode button again cycles you back to the home city. So now if you missed any of the settings, you can just go to them, cycle to them with the press of the middle button, and once you want to change any of these, you use these 2 buttons. Once you've completed the whole setup, you just press the adjust button again. And now as you can see, this is the clean display, where up here you don't have the calendar data, the day and date and month or day of the week. Now if you want to see the calendar data in this screen mode, you just press this upper button just like you used to cycle between the day of the week and the month and date. But in this instance, when you press it, it's going to show you the full calendar, the day of the week, the date, and the month. To cycle back to time, you press this adjust button again. And that's it. Now, in the home screen, pressing the lower button is going to take you to the get screen. Now, the get screen is going to show you when the last successful sync was. So as you can see, it was on February 4th at 12:38, which was when I just got the watch from the shop. Now, another thing that you can do in the get screen is if you press and hold the adjust button, like so, it's going to ask you whether you want the automatic reception turned on or off, and you cycle it with this lower button. Now, why would you want to turn it off? Well, in case you live outside of the coverage area, or if you travel to a time zone where there is no tower coverage. Because like if you turn it off, the watch is not going to attempt up to 5 or 6 times in the night to receive the signal. And this attempt of the reception really puts a lot of stress on the battery. So if you know you're outside of the coverage area, you want to keep it off to not strain the battery unnecessarily. Now, since I am in the reception area, I will leave it at on. Now, to exit this, you just press the adjust button again, and to exit the get screen, you press this button again to go back to the home screen. Now, another thing that you can do while in the home screen is when you press and hold this button, the watch is going to initiate a manual reception. So let's press and hold it, and there. And now the watch is trying to catch the signal of the tower and adjust the time. As long as it has L1, it means that it caught the signal. However, you want to, and it's going to show you how strong the signal is by going from L1 to L2 and L3, and this little line is going to go from 1, 2 to 3. Now you want to keep it at L3 because that's the best possible signal. So this is actually good because in the morning, since this is displayed, if you get a successful sync, this is going to be displayed until the next day. And that's good because it helps you determine the best location inside your house where the signal is the best. Now, this can take up from 2 minutes to 10 minutes for the watch to receive all the data because it receives everything: the year, the month, the date, the daylight savings time, the hours, the minutes, everything. So the shortest that this watch can do it is in about 2 minutes because that's how long it takes for the atomic clock to send all the data. And the longest it can take is up to 10 or 15 minutes. Now, as you can see, this watch caught the L3 or the strongest signal, and now it's going between 2 and 3. So if I leave it like this, it's probably going to do a successful sync. However, I'm going to stop it because I don't have that much time. So to stop it, you press this lower button again. And there, the watch just stopped the manual reception. Well, this pretty much covers the home screen. So now let's move on. Okay, so the next mode is the world time mode. And in the world time mode, you can go through time zones only in one direction by pressing this button right here. So you can only go due east, because this button, which would be for going west, actually activates the backlight, as you can see. So unfortunately, if you miss your city, you're gonna have to go all around the globe to get back to the time zone you want. Now, another thing that you can do in the world time function is turn the daylight savings time for each zone individually. So let's say you want to turn the DST for Moscow or summertime. While you're in the Moscow display, you press and hold the adjust button. And there, the DST was just turned on, and as you can see, the hours moved by 1 up. If you want to turn off the DST for that time zone, you press and hold this button again, and there, the DST just turned off, and the time has moved by 1 down. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the world time. Now moving on. The next function is the alarm function. Now this watch has 5 alarms, with 1 being a snooze alarm. And it also has an hourly chime where the watch is going to beep every full hour. Now to cycle through these alarms, you use the lower button. So as you can see, you have the alarm 1, the alarm 2, alarm 3, alarm 4, and the SNZ is the alarm 5. The snooze alarm means that it's going to repeat itself every 5 to 10 minutes until you manually turn it off here in the alarm screen. And moving on, the next one is the SIG, or the hourly chime. Now to turn any of these on or off, you press this upper button. So like so. If you press it like this, the alarm 1 is going to be turned on, and you're going to have this ALM displayed all the time, as long as any of the alarms is turned on. Now, if you turn on the SNZ alarm, the snooze alarm, both the ALM and SNZ is going to be displayed all the time. If you turn on the hourly chime, where the watch is going to beep every hour, the SIG is going to be displayed. So now if I go back to the home screen, I have all of these displayed because I have turned on the alarm, the snooze alarm, and the hourly chime. Okay, so let's go back to the alarm. Each one of these alarms can be set up to the desired time, and to do so, you press and hold the adjust button. One thing to note is that as soon as you start adjusting an alarm, it's automatically going to turn itself on. So as you can see, the alarm 2 is not turned on. However, as soon as I start adjusting it by pressing and holding this for more than 3 seconds, the ALM is going to be displayed here, meaning that the alarm has just been automatically turned on. Now to adjust the alarm, the watch asks you for the hours, and you can go up or down, and the minutes you cycle with the mode button or the middle button, and now it asks you for the minutes, and again you can go up and down. And now this watch is going to sound the alarm at 1:58 a.m. Now to complete the adjusting, you press the adjust button again, and there you just set up this alarm. Now to turn it off, you press this. Now like I said, if you turn on the snooze alarm, which is this one, now like so, the watch is gonna beep at midnight, and even if you stop it by pressing any of the buttons or you let it run down all the way, it's going to repeat itself in 5 minutes. So what you have to do to turn it off, to stop the repeat process, you need to enter the alarm function like so and turn it off here manually. Sorry, like so, with the press of the adjust button. And now you've stopped the snooze alarm. Also, if you want to stop the hourly chime so that the watch doesn't beep every full hour, you press the adjust button while you're in the SIG mode. Okay, moving on. The next function is the countdown timer, and this watch has a 60-minute countdown timer. Now to start the timer, you press this button right here. To stop it, you press it again, and to reset it, you press the adjust button. You can also set up the timer for any time between 1 minute and 60 minutes in 1-minute increments. To do so, you press and hold the adjust button for more than 3 seconds, and the watch is going to ask you for the minutes. And now using these two buttons, you can go up or you can go down with this one. And that's it. You cannot set up the seconds. As you can see, the mode button doesn't do anything. You press the adjust button, and now this timer has been set for 57 minutes. So I can start it, and when it reaches 0, it's going to start beeping. And that's pretty much it. Let's reset it. Moving on, the next function is the stopwatch. And it's a standard stopwatch, meaning that you can start it with the lower button, stop it, reset it. You can do the split times, so you can start it. Pressing the upper button is going to freeze the screen, but the stopwatch keeps running in the background. Pressing the upper button again unfreezes the screen. And you can do the first and second place. So if you have two runners, when the first one goes through the finish line, you press the upper button. When the second one goes through the finish line, you press the lower button. And now you write down the time of the first one. You press the upper button. It's going to display the time of the second one. And pressing the upper button again resets the stopwatch. And that's pretty much it. This completes the whole tutorial and the review of the watch, so I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe by pressing this button right here. And until the next video, bye.